If you're a high-value man, here's what you've probably gone through. Rejection, pain, despair, sleepless nights, bankruptcy, poor health, toxic relationships, fake friendships, and more turbulent storms. But look, you bounce back somehow, pulling a 180 like a pro and build a life you really want for yourself. A life where money is not a problem. A life where tranquility is a non-negotiable, and surely a life where bad people are not even allowed to come in. But guess what? Those bad people are exactly the ones who knock on your door like the IRS when you owe them money. And I'm not talking about just guys who want you to pay your so-called dues. I'm talking about the same women who didn't give you the time of day and instead gave themselves to bad boys who just wanted to smash and dash. What about gentlemen? Nah, that's what society wanted you to be, just so you suffer the consequences of being too nice. Check this out.
You know what's worse than Sunday scaries? Saturday scaries. I messaged a guy that I did not talk to for like 8 years. Literally like hooked up with him like 8 years ago. And I randomly thought about him. Like, you know, like when you're single at like 28, you start thinking about, oh, maybe from the past, like this is a good guy. Yeah, no. This is what went down. First I messaged him, hey stranger. He said, sorry, who's this? I said, Leah Bars. And then when I said, I said Leah, haha. And then I said Bars. And then when I sent Bars, it didn't say delivered. So I was like, did he block me? So then I did this. I went to his Venmo and I sent him $1 and I said, did you block me? And then he unblocked me and said, what's up? This is random. And I said, well, why did you block me? He said, why are you texting me? I said, whoa, I don't know, to catch up. He's like, it's been 8 years. I said, I didn't know people couldn't talk again. My bad. He was like, I have a wife and kids now. Plot twist, my bad. He said, think you're a weirdo. I said, right back at ya. And then the conversation just ended and honestly woke up mortified. Simply mortified. So please stitch this with any other stories that you have that are similar or worse than this so it makes me feel better about my decisions. Thank you.
So the guy moved on and now he's got a wife and kids. And sure, this bottle blonde woman came back to him, kept him on her phone as an option for 8 years, and now that she's hitting the epiphany phase, she's run out of options and misses how good this guy treated her. That man is spot on. She's a weirdo. In today's video, we're delving into modern women coming back to men after running out of options and what these chicks have gone through during that time. Spoiler, they've never gone to therapy. Stick around because I'm sure you're going to love this one. But before we go any further, let me share the comment of the day. Shout out to Leroy Porkins. He said, I would just say, stay tuned, the day of reckoning will come, the record will be straight. Papa John 2019. To be honest, I just found your name and comment funny, so shout out to you. Please don't forget to reach out to us by email to claim your $5 for that comment of the day. As usual guys, I'll pick one comment from each video. It may be the funniest, the most liked, or one that touched me, so don't forget to leave a comment and you may be our next winner. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons too as it helps a lot. And now, back to the video. Embrace your masculinity. Serious question. Why do modern women seem to reject the very things they claim to want in a partner? It's a question that has left many honest, hardworking men scratching their heads, witnessing friends and loved ones dive headfirst into relationships that seem destined to crash and burn. Let's explore this perplexing phenomenon because it's really fun to see things unfold. Many women often talk wonders about their perfect match, a man of morals and values, who respects her, is loyal, empathetic, and all that good stuff. Well, as a logical consequence, many men decide to incarnate all these things. But when the reality check comes in, they feel really disillusioned and often become either players or fierce followers of the MGTOW philosophy. Finding the sweet spot is nearly impossible. In the realm of dating and relationships, we often hear the resounding female chorus, I want someone loyal, respectful, empathetic, and morally upright. These qualities are touted as the gold standard for a partner, and everyone seems to be in search of this virtuous unicorn. Note the word unicorn. Being a man of this caliber is as exceptional as finding good women in the West. The desire for a partner with these traits is entirely understandable, and really, who wouldn't want that type of partner to be by their side? Loyalty ensures trust and commitment, respect sets the foundation for healthy communication, and empathy fosters emotional connection. It's like assembling a dream team of qualities that can pave the way for a fulfilling and harmonious relationship. But in practice, the complete opposite thing tends to happen. In the dating scene, modern women frequently express their longing for someone who embodies these moral virtues. It's as if they're reading from a relationship script that outlines the key ingredients for a successful and meaningful partnership. But unfortunately, it's just that, a script, a playbook that has little to do with how the real world functions.
Let me talk about a distinct way in which men snatch defeat in the first weeks or months of dating. Remember when I described the rapprochement stage? I noted that it's when the child hasn't seen mommy in a while that it starts to feel anxious and insecure. And it's these emotions that motivate the child to go back to make sure mommy is still there. The important thing to appreciate here is that if the child didn't feel anxious or insecure, the child wouldn't go running back to mommy. So what does this mean with respect to the courtship process? Though it's weird to say, the anxiety, the uncertainty, the instability, these things are your friends, because it's these things, like in the case of the child, that are going to motivate the woman to return. For her to come back, she kind of has to miss you, to wonder about you. And she can't miss you or wonder about you if A, you don't allow her the time and space to miss you, and B, if you don't allow her to wonder about you because you've already confessed your feelings for her.
With all these facts in mind, why the hell do modern women wonder why men become players, distant, and so-called emotionally immature or unavailable? The reality is that many men go through a tough process to get over a woman who didn't give a damn about them, so they build an entirely new life, a new career, new friends, a new school, and even a new country. What does she do in the meantime? Yeah, finding herself.
Speaking to people who have gone through or are going through the exact same thing is so comforting and really helps you not feel so alone. Number 3, don't wish away being single. Use this newfound time to do things that you always wanted to do and just never got around to.
Yeah, guys, just find yourself. Whenever I hear find myself, it really just means find new men. Guys, when women are out here having their single periods, right? And they're saying things like, I have to rediscover my identity. What that really means is we're gonna go out there, we're gonna have flings.
I know who this woman is. I love the fuck out of her. She's the person I want to be the mother of my children. Her values are in line with mine. Her morals are fucking amazing.
I need peanut inside of me, ASAP. All I want is like a big fat sausage destroying my body. If any of you guys know a good dick, I'll take it.
Now, here's where the twist comes in. Despite the clear desire for morally sound partners, modern women end up in relationships that are anything but healthy. They gravitate towards bad boys who seem to possess the exact opposite qualities: toxicity, disrespect, and an appetite for emotional chaos. Yeah, that emotional intelligence women wanted so bad becomes unimportant so suddenly. It's like walking into a grocery store with a shopping list that includes fresh fruits and vegetables, but leaving with a cart full of sugary snacks and junk food. Sure, huge insulin spike, but then causes anyone to age fast and lose energy, and that's exactly what happens to modern women. What happened to the carefully crafted list of relationship virtues? It's nowhere to be found, like the baby daddies of single moms. The allure of toxic relationships is a perplexing enigma. It's as if modern women are drawn to the drama, the unpredictability, the player vibes, and the emotional roller coaster that these relationships offer. They might find themselves inexplicably attracted to men who don't prioritize their well-being, who disrespect their boundaries, and who engage in behaviors that are far from morally sound. You know, guys with long rotations of women who would love to multiply themselves just so they could bang more women left and right, or end up in jail while the kid is alone with that mom. For modern women, this pattern of repeatedly choosing unsuitable partners becomes a vicious cycle. They jump from one toxic relationship to another, leaving a trail of heartache and broken dreams in their wake. It's like a never-ending loop of hope and disappointment, a collection of rebounds that would make Wilt Chamberlain look like a rookie. But for others, a moment of clarity eventually dawns. They recognize the recurring pattern in their dating history and the toll it has taken on their emotional well-being. It's like waking up from a bad dream and realizing that they've been chasing a mirage. The problem? Yeah, the bodies are there. The trauma is there, the baggage is there, and they didn't invest a single dollar into therapy, which is what they demand from men all the time just so they can get an emotionally intelligent partner. But these women still keep their exes around, follow them on social media to know what they're up to, and never do the right things such as blocking them, deleting their pictures, and moving on completely. In these moments of realization, modern women often claim that they decided to break free from the cycle. They chose to make healthier choices and prioritize their own well-being. It's a powerful transformation, akin to switching from that cart full of junk food we spoke about to a cart filled with fresh, nutritious options. Still, it's too late. You're fine wine, and they're low-hanging fruit. While women spend their young years finding themselves by dating bad boys, men prefer improving themselves for real even after periods of absolute loneliness. I'm talking about things like this. So, what happens to those women who repeatedly reject morally sound partners in favor of toxic relationships? They don't embark on a journey of self-discovery and growth, and if they do, again, it's too late because the good, honest men have moved on. These women hardly reflect on the choices they've made and the patterns they've repeated. In fact, they really never learn the lessons. In essence, they come to understand that the desire for a morally sound partner was always there, but it was clouded by other factors. Perhaps a fear of commitment, aka trying different dicks before settling down, a craving for excitement, well, same thing, or a misconception that drama equates to passion. Sure, drama equates to passion because they thought that bad boys were more interesting than a gentleman who treats people like they are, human beings, and not means to an end. As they reevaluate their priorities, they may look back and recognize the genuine, morally sound individuals they once rejected. These were the people who were willing to offer stability, respect, and love. These were the individuals who had the qualities they claimed to desire in a partner. And now, after having experienced the turbulence of toxic relationships, they begin to see the value in those they once let slip away. It's like realizing that the nutritious, wholesome foods on their original shopping list were the ones that truly nourished them all along. That's the time these women pull out their phones to check on the man on the list of Plan Bs, or even Plan Cs or Ds, or who knows how many. Fortunately, many men decide to show their middle finger to these stupid women. In the complex world of relationships where modern women are allowed to play with men's feelings, it's not uncommon for dudes to find themselves in a situation where they're seen as nothing more than a backup plan. This scenario can be emotionally draining, leaving one feeling unappreciated, undervalued, and used. But in the grand scheme of things, knowing your worth and refusing to be relegated to the role of a backup plan is paramount. I mean, knowing your worth for real. Unlike these women whose value is determined by their likes, followers, and the guys they hook up with. Imagine this: you've invested time, emotions, and energy into a relationship or a connection with someone. You've shared your dreams, your vulnerabilities, and your hopes for the future. It was what the chick wanted in the first place, or so she said. It feels like a promising journey, one where you can envision a fulfilling partnership. However, as time goes by, you start to notice a disconcerting pattern. Your woman seems distant at times, disengaged, and preoccupied with other dicks. Pursuits. They're there when it's convenient for them, but they're equally quick to disappear when something more appealing beckons. If you've listened to reggaeton songs or watched telenovelas, that's what I'm talking about. It's as if you're a safety net, a comfortable cushion the chick can fall back on whenever she desires, only to be discarded once her immediate needs are met.
We've created a generation of narcissistic women. And what's happened is the rise of social media and the rise of online dating and the rise of feminism has taught women that they are not to blame for any poor choices. If you want to be a sex worker, it's great. If you want to post in bikini pictures online, it's fine. Every poor choice is glamorized and every internal reflection is seen as gaslighting yourself. And so what will happen is they are trained to not reflect on themselves because we've been told we've been oppressed for so many years. Now it's time to make sure we project. And so we don't take any accountability. And as a result, when we get into relationships, if we don't feel completely soothed all the time, he must be a narcissist. He must be a manipulator. He must be gaslighting. He, rather than I. And unfortunately, we've got an online market that caters to that wounded woman, that caters to that entitled woman, and caters to that narcissistic woman.
To comprehend this dynamic, it's essential to delve into the mindset of modern women who employ backup plans. They often view relationships with a certain degree of contingency. To them, you're not the primary choice. Rather, you're the safety net they can fall back on if their preferred options, or rather rebound relationships, don't materialize. In their eyes, it's a strategic move to ensure they never find themselves alone or without emotional support. Is this the independence women claim to have? Wow, so independent to the degree that they can't stand a single second of being single. These chicks settle for something familiar and secure, believing they can get the love and comfort they need from you until someone better comes along. More often than not, they're using you, knowingly or unknowingly, as a convenient stopgap. This is where your self-worth comes into play. Again, real self-worth. It's crucial to recognize your own value and not allow anyone to use you as a mere backup plan. Your worth extends far beyond being a standby option for someone else's convenience.
The key for a man is self-control. For women, it's authenticity. You have to stay authentic as possible because our body tells us so much. Our body will tell you when you're craving a child, when you're getting angry because our hormones are all over the place. For a man, your body sometimes speaks against you. It will crave pleasure. Your key to successful mental health is complete and utter self-control in terms of your mind, body, and soul. You control what you consume. You control who you put yourself into. You don't go and sleep with every single one. You actually gain far more self-esteem when you reject women than when you accept women. That man that has women that he's rejecting feels far greater than that man who can't say no to anybody because he's jumping at the opportunities. Self-control even with what you eat. When I have clients that come to me and they've got a bit of depression, I say to them, until you go to the gym and until you lose weight, there's no conversation that me and you can have that will change your self-esteem. It won't do it. Don't have to have a six-pack, but self-control. Now, when a man practices self-control, he becomes such an unshakable being.
Knowing your worth as a man also helps you establish and maintain healthy boundaries in relationships. It means you won't tolerate being sidelined or used when it suits these chicks. These boundaries become your shield, protecting your emotional well-being. Being relegated to a backup plan can wreak havoc on your emotional well-being. It leads to feelings of inadequacy, frustration, and emotional exhaustion. It's like being caught in a never-ending cycle of hope and disappointment, like I said. When you carry yourself with self-assuredness and self-respect, you naturally attract women who genuinely value and appreciate you, not opportunistic chicks. These are the people who recognize your worth and treat you accordingly. It's a magnetic quality that draws in those who share your values and understand your true value. Breaking free from the role of a backup plan isn't about seeking revenge or engaging in confrontation. Though, instead, it's about asserting your self-worth and taking control of your own happiness. Smart men don't allow themselves to be a backup plan for a woman who's been around the block and has baby daddies, children, and the whole package of red flags. Men begin by reflecting on their own values and what they bring to the table in a relationship. Understand your strengths, your unique qualities, and all that good stuff. So, If she wanted the bad boys and now wants you, she no longer qualifies.
Your ex will only come back for 2 reasons when a breakup happens. The first is fear. Until your ex gets to a point where they are afraid of losing you, they will never come back. This is why all of the things that you say when you're trying to convince them and you're texting them is not going to work. Your ex does not care how you feel. They only care how they feel. And until you walk away and they get the sense that you're never coming back and they fear losing you, they will not come back. The second reason, which is the most important, is pain. The only thing that will bring your ex back to you is when that distance, when you walking away causes them enough pain that they do not care about dating anyone else. They only want to talk to you. This is what your absence can do if you're willing to walk away and never look back. Peace.
And right there, you'll show these chicks the middle finger. She didn't want a good man, right? No problem. She can have fun with the type of man who doesn't care about anything but her body, which, by the way, is going to expire, and it's going to expire real bad. And that applies to guys and girls, right? So it's just a bad game plan if your only redeeming factor is how you look. Understanding your own worth as a man and refusing to be used as a backup plan is an act of real self-love and self-respect. You are worth more than being a safety net for someone else's convenience. When you recognize your value, set boundaries, and prioritize your emotional well-being, you get back the power to attract relationships that honor and appreciate your true worth. Remember, you deserve to be someone's first choice, not their fallback plan. Ain't got no time for women who want you after riding the carousel. Stay strong, guys. As always, I wish you tremendous success. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember that if you leave the best comment, you will get $5. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads, drop a comment, and share it. See you in the next video, guys. Till next time.